One.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the second to the last match of Middle East Mania 4K Cup. Today I'm joined here with Sedash and we are going to see Zohar versus silly-goober in the losers bracket. So there is a lot of stake in this match right now because whoever loses will be unfortunately not continuing in this tournament. And looking at the seedings of these two players, they're very similar in seedings, and we could potentially see very close matches or scores here in this match. And I'm joined here with Sedash. Hi, say hi, Sedash, to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I was staffing in this tournament apparently, and it's cool actually to take the opportunity of it. So I really appreciate it. We're gonna enjoy a lot of really cool high key moments in this tournament, especially as this is my first appearance for other game modes, which is kind of a special in a way. Draggy, do you have anything to say to the audience?
I mean, yeah, just enjoy the match, enjoy what you see here. We're gonna see some pretty close matches. I'm expecting very close matches because these two players are very, just from looking at the qualifier scores, they're very well oriented. Like, there's no difference at all. They're mainly gonna pick the rice picks, which rice picks are not a lot of long notes and mainly AC battles. Although these players are leading towards the lower seed, so we might see mainly more of accuracy battles than miscount battles in this one.
This is quite interesting. Are we dealing with a loser bracket situation right there?
Yeah, we're actually looking towards a losers bracket, and yeah, there's a lot here at stake because losers bracket, you lose, no more tournament.
Which means you will get eliminated outside, not being able to take any more opportunities of it, which is they're all gonna provide their best performance with new skills ceiling, as now they are high stakes for it, especially when you're at the quarterfinals. So there's no absolute confirmation, and there would be no share loss or no sweep advantage until they make a mistake about it. So me personally, I could say it's gonna be a very interesting match because everyone will be locked in on those nodes, especially a lot of rights coming out of it right now.
I mean, yeah, these there's a lot of stuff you have to take note of in this period because they're very well balanced players here. And let's actually get over with the bans first. And we do see SV1 actually being banned and some rice maps, both rice bans, which is very interesting since oh no, never mind, not both, right? I mean, both rice maps are protected, not banned. We do see though a rice ban from Zohar, so pretty interesting to see because these two players are, if I'm not mistaken, very well oriented in rice picks, and we are going to see a rice tree being played. So as you cannot tell, rice tree, this is the jack pick, and when it comes to for jack picks, this is mainly where you see high accuracy plays, as these patterns are not so technical. And considering these players are close in seeds, as it's pretty evident, the accuracies are they're starting off with very close accuracies, holding that 0.8 for both players, and the score lead is very small. So we might see a miss to break it, a miss to lose it actually, for some of these rice picks.
Oh boy, this is a quite marvelous intensive play as the players are going bar to bar with almost a similar identical accuracy by just 0.1. There's a lot of ongoing on this, especially the score difference as well. It's now tied.
It's so close. I mean, it's kind of expected to see such moments in when these players are similar, but we do see silly-goober miss on the break section. What? This is not going to be good because if Zohar manages to hold this throughout the whole map and not very chokeable patterns, Zohar might get this, might get the point here.
This is a quite like very unfortunate for silly-goober, especially like for the online country, man. Zohar is never gonna let that slide at all because this is just a tournament. This is survival of the fittest right there. The first points
And
goes to like Zohar now.
so yeah, the first point, yeah, we'll go to Zohar with that score v1 double S. That's insane. I mean, Jack pick, we're expecting really high accuracy scores for these type of picks. But with that unfortunate miss from silly-goober from at the break section, I think that seals it off. But if we're ignoring the misses here, we do see a very similar accuracy in terms of the marvelous to perfect ratio between these two players. It's very close.
This is like a very like kind of an interesting scenario where silly-goober has to like now be careful on what map to pick. The next time, now like it is starting out and just getting like a lot of information out of it. Since
I mean,
then they could like somehow either like take an advantage of it or like completely lose out of it. Like it has no empathy around the tournaments right there. It just completely humbles you. Now the next pick goes to Zohar as it is like a breakthrough point apparently.
oh, is it? Oh, I'm never gonna see. I mean, I think Zohar. Is this Zohar's? Isn't this? Wait, I think the client might be a bit wrong. Chaplet is supposed to be picked by silly-goober and will RB supposed to be picked by Zohar, but I think that can be fixed really easily. Anyways, so yeah, I mean we do see similar accuracies, and like I think picking Rice overall is kind of a risk here because you're kind of forced to play better than you have to be forced to give it all, like play way more better than how you usually play, especially if your opponent is just basically you. And we're going to see Rice 4 being picked, which is the speed pick, and this does test. This is a very bursty / streamy map. As the song progressively gets faster, the maps gets faster, and there are really chokeable trills in this map that just appears out of nowhere. And if you're not careful with these trills, you will chain miss by a lot. But so far, we're starting off the map with both players at the 0.5 range. Just silly-goober having that a bit of accuracy advantage so far. But it doesn't really matter with this trill. And this is what I'm saying. silly-goober did find a miss on one of those trills. And now the advantage is going towards Zohar right now. But don't worry, silly-goober. There is still enough map left. This map is very chokeable throughout here. Very bursty, very physical, demanding. And this map is just made for you to miss.
As it is starting out, the progress is not like that much of a difference to make an impact of it, as we are like 30% on the way up the map. So a lot of things he could either take a turn right there, or it doesn't, as it will now like allow you to push to absolute new limits in your own self and become better than other people apparently.
Yeah. It's just a matter of who misses, right? It's just a matter of if Zohar misses or just holds this lead, because the accuracy and combo difference is a bit too much. We do see silly-goober reach the combo cap from here, but we're at the first section of the map, and this is where players will start to miss as the song starts to build up. Zohar is trying to hold that lead. silly-goober building up the accuracy, going at 0.3. It's anyone's game now.
Against each other. Like yeah. This is like a complete intensity of the song as everyone is speaking right now. 99.32 accuracy and 99.31 accuracy, and Zohar's losing it out and sustaining minor damages right there. This could be like an actual redemption arc from both sides actually. And anything can happen.
No.
And so the Zohar goes down.
No. But does it really matter if Zohar hits this trill or not? And both players seems to hit the trill. Very unfortunate for silly-goober. There was almost a slight advantage there, but unfortunately for silly-goober finding a miss in one of these speed patterns. Zohar was dropping a lot of 200s, but does it matter? The map is slowly coming to an end. It seems like Zohar will be winning this pick.
This is like really like anticipated right there. Both sides like I completely have a really bad chokehold, especially with this particular map with like which completely limits what they can do about it now. The second point like is like really important right there for like later maps.
I mean, yeah, like but although despite those misses, if we just ignore everything, silly-goober did have that perfect to marvelous ratio advantage there. It's just the unfortunate drops in the speed section. I think this map was just made for you and not to FC at all. So, yeah. Um, so we're getting things fixed in terms of the picks and bans, but it seems like Rice 1 is going to be played, picked by Zohar, picked by silly-goober, So now Rice 1 is the tech pick, and this is also somewhat similar to right, the last one that you have seen, but this is mainly just a bit more dense, but also shorter to begin with. A lot of choke points here and there, very Gracie patterns, I shall say, and just a test of how well your coordinated your fingers are with Rice in general, or especially in tech patterns, because if you're not careful enough with the patterns transitioning too much, it's you can fat finger a 200 or even worse a miss.
The accuracy, like as we're starting like the progress of the map, of course, the accuracy like allows you to like see how like your fingers are like working together as like a form of like a chemistry as a team of it. It's like every finger has its own like controller and each one has their own brain. As now we are starting about the map, silly-goober has like a slight lead with a 1k score difference right there. Meanwhile, Zohar is trying to defend it. It's like, and silly-goober goes down with his first advantage pick for the priority.
This is not looking good for silly-goober, unfortunately. Although the accuracies are very similar. Silly-goober's had the accuracy advantage. It's just unfortunately the combo, that one miss affected everything. But we're at the combo cap already, so things could potentially change. Zohar just has to hold that combo throughout the whole map. But this map has a lot of choke points where you can miss, and despite the accuracy, we do see that accuracy advantages come into play with the score leads going down slowly and like the players are off. We're going to the drop of this map where we've seen some players drop accuracy before, and here we are. We do see this mini jacks come into play. The streams is coming into play, but unfortunately silly-goober did find a miss. It is a clean miss though. The accuracies are still being held. Hope that looked like that was climbed, but no, it doesn't. silly-goober finds another miss. 3 misses versus an FC. silly-goober keeps dropping here and there, but Zohar is just holding that FC. But now Zohar has the biggest advantage, holding that FC towards the end of the map. Very unfortunate, and it seems like silly-goober will be disconnecting early. That is way too late for an abort. At that point, we'll go to Zohar, unfortunately.
I think the most likely scenario there, he just fat fingered the escape key, which most of the also many players like uses key W as like their keypad, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you see in chat that silly-goober thought the map ended, but I don't think it. Well, that is pretty unfortunate. I mean, it was unfortunate for silly-goober over there. I mean, the amount of I don't know what happened. Just things happen in tournaments. Anything can happen. But yeah, that's like one of the things that you don't want to happen.
Yeah, this is why you don't say GG until it is actually over, because there's like a lot, like all of the maps on the plate. Like we got like DJ Drop No for Rise 3, you got like then LN1, LN2, and hybrid maps as well. which like some of them are kind of like technical as well. But
Uh,
these maps like requires you like to completely shred your stamina to it in order to survive. And now we are going for
is
like Rise 3. Interesting.
Rise 2. Rise 2.
Oh yeah, that's the Rise 2
Yeah,
map. Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, we have not actually seen a lot of performance with these players because they both did, unfortunately, forfeited their match in a round of 16. So this is like actually the first time they're playing in a tournament match for the first time. And these two players are well oriented in Rice, so they're trying their best to avoid the LN. But this also means that if they're both trying to avoid the LN, they're probably unsure we're not they're probably also going to be balanced in LN, so it's just basically the better score wins for these two both players. But
This could
yeah,
actually mean like both players are not very like high likely confident in LNs due to like mechanics of like Score V2 being completely different, like in terms of like
oh,
play styles and gameplay mechanics especially. It changes up like how you play.
somewhat. Anyways, we are gonna move on to this pick, and we did see silly-goober miss and we did see another miss from silly-goober. It seems like silly-goober is having a hard time trying to find a chain, trying to find this hold that chain there for silly-goober, but Zohar is keeping up with the combo, even despite having similar accuracies. I think a miss from Zohar would change the course of this map a little bit. This map is the stamina consistency pick. It does test how well you control your nerves. It does test how well you keep your accuracy up to that point. And both players are off. At the first quarter of the map being ended, we see Zohar having that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
That is going to slowly go towards silly-goober. You don't want to miss in the break section because your combo cap is slowly gonna come up to 400, and we do see the score lead slowly going towards silly-goober. Although I'm not sure if that was a clean miss from silly-goober, but silly-goober is building up the accuracy throughout the whole map, and we're going to go to the first core section of the map. This is where things get a bit more intense. silly-goober does have the lead now. It's slowly increasing to silly-goober because of that accuracy advantage, and the combo cap, the combo doesn't really matter as it's above the combo cap. silly-goober is increasing the accuracy a little bit. Zohar is also building up the accuracy, but now I think silly-goober is going to hold that accuracy in the jump stream parts. You have to be here, but Zohar does find a miss in these jump streams. silly-goober is gonna run away with the lead now. The spanners are not super technical. This is very easy to hack. And so I just find another miss and another one. No.
This is a complete has been completely upturn right there for both sides now, instead of like being now completely one side. As a now first points going to the silly goober potentially right now, as he's now sustaining 99.62 accuracy with 2000 combo at the lead with 22k for indifference. Zohar has made a mistake of not like completely being mainly focused into the game, especially on the break section, which could have like led off from this moment.
Yeah, like so far, silly-goober FC'd the chorus section, and we're gonna have another chorus section here. silly-goober needs to completely chain miss in order for Zohar to have some sort of advantage. Zohar has to push through, and hope silly-goober does find a way to somehow choke. But the accuracy difference, the combo difference is just too much. And it seems like if these players continue to play like this, despite their nerves, despite everything, it seems like silly-goober will be getting the point. I think the second break point of this match. And after this, there will be no rice picks. And silly-goober will be winning the stamina pick with a 980k. That is really intense, really high. And we do see silly-goober have that accuracy advantage there. Look at those ratios. The grade count is just way more different from everything else. So now we're gonna see how these players are gonna play the LNs and hybrids. Very interesting.
Boy, oh boy.
I mean,
Zohar like tried to take every single advantage on the rise, especially when he's good at it. which is like every main, like most likely main weakness of like Osamania players is like completely beyond the islands and such.
That is true. But although we don't see a lot of bans from LN, like not even a single ban from LN or Hybrid, so there could be a reason why these players didn't want to ban these things. They probably have like, you're confident, they practiced it, they understand their opponent. Yeah. As we're going to see Hybrid 1, Reblosia, and this is the mixed hybrid pick. So we're going to see just rice patterns transition to LN. Very like a mini tiebreaker type of map, and not too technical, not even like a not broken type of streams or anything. This is just a pretty straightforward hybrid map.
Oh
That's gonna be
my
played.
god, is this map Mustela? Oh, this is quite interesting choice like for the type of map style, especially for hybrid. This is a map like no one can like expect, especially like for high change of rhythms with it.
But this song, although it just builds up with the map, and we do see silly-goober have some sort of advantage so far when it comes to these LN parts. Zohar starting with 199% accuracy. Silly-goober is just sitting comfortably around the 0.6 to 0.7 range. This might be a bit one-sided when it comes to LNs. Silly-goober is just gonna sit around the 6-7 range, when Zohar will be finding a first early break of this map.
Now, like from the both sides, everything legit is actually now theoretically possible for the tiebreaker to be absolutely advanced onto this match, potentially. Right now, like silly-goober is like completely going an absolute FC full clear performance right there, and silly-goober just goes down, which is like insane for both player. Like anything could actually happen, except like the huge main difference is like the accuracy, which is like off by 1%, nearly.
I mean, yeah, it's just Zohar. We're seeing Zohar struggle on these LN sections a lot, and it's just going towards silly-goober, literally above 0.1% difference. It's not looking good for Zohar. Zohar is just struggling a bit on these LN sections, and I'm not sure what's happening, but silly-goober is just hitting comfortably, just get a hit with the one miss. Like, I think this just basically tells everything now. All LN picks are available. Silly-goober does have the advantage so far in this match. If this just shows everything, because all the maps so far are just going to be like this. Zohar did find another miss, but like, it's a bit too much now. And the map doesn't get really hard from here, and it just seals it. Silly-goober winning the hybrid 1 pick by a mile, and this kind of tells what's gonna happen in the future picks when it comes to these LN and hybrid maps.
Oh boy, as now we are going like at the end of the map, we have like the second point locked in for silly-goober. Zohar now has to like to become like extremely careful, as there's no like rise now.
Yeah, there's no rise picks for Zohar anymore. Like, Zohar has to somehow push through. It is gonna be Zohar's pick, and I'm pretty sure Zohar came from I think Zohar came from Laser, if I'm not mistaken. As I'm reading from chat, like asking how to act unstable, and to note this, that Allen's in Laser is completely more different in than in Stable. We do see this Laser, the stable or different version of Osu being affected by another player called Dream VFX, who's also mainly plays on Laser. And unfortunately, like, tournaments are still being run on Stable, but there's some Laser tournaments, but this one just had to be in Stable. And we are gonna see Ellen 3 being picked. This is actually the safest pick for Zohar, actually, since this is the Ellen density pick. And the Ellen density pick just basically is just not the most technical, not the most coordination heavy. You just have to be careful with those mini LNs that you might accidentally press and hold for too long. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably the safest pick for Zohar, as you did see Zohar struggle to keep up with those those coordination parts in Reblosia, and this one has like little to none coordination parts. It's you can play the mini LNs as just a normal note, as a normal note.
As now we're beginning on the map, we gotta say like the statistic of the map is like the length is now 2 minutes. So if Zohar really wants to lock in on the fourth point, he has to give everything he got on this map, especially when his weakness is on the LN. It's like very huge indication towards the opponent, especially, which can be taken advantage of.
It is a big advantage as everything else has that LN releases and coordination parts, as the rest of the LN maps are very hand coordination heavy. Although we do see these players start off like almost slightly similar in terms of accuracy, but this is just the intro section is already like building up the difficulty or showing how difficult this map is, and we do see like a 0.1 difference. And this map is very short. You don't want to miss. And silly-goober did manage to find a miss here. And another one! You don't want to miss silly-goober, because this map is very short. We're at the main section of the map. Zohar is taking advantage of those misses and running away with the lead, holding the combo, holding the accuracy. Silly-goober just needs to somehow find a way again. These players need to find a way again to even to have a chance. Well, Zohar is dropping a little bit, but it's not too much. silly-goober is just holding the accuracy. Although Zohar is dropping a bit of grades here and there. I think there's a reason why Zohar picked this. And yeah, silly-goober did find another miss. I think this kind of seals it, but there's still a lot of notes to come through. But silly-goober
This
just
is like
keeps missing
really
Zohar.
like so hard to like to pick. Both sides is
Oh my
now
gosh,
like
wait!
completely suffering at the end. This is such a
wait,
close
Zohar!
result, 6 point.
It's so close. Is
6
there a
game
map
point.
left? No, Zohar. silly-goober find the miss. There was a bit of map left for silly-goober to come back, but I think Zohar just silly-goober traded the miss, and
like
that
that
sealed
was
it.
such a very like close call from both sides, 9k difference, and Zohar like finds their fourth point. Now silly-goober has now like actually needs to like fully focus on like turn on the focus mode on like especially for this high level of gameplay we are witnessing right there.
I mean, like those misses from those misses from Zohar was very scary. I think that was like a lot of chain misses from here and there, which just which almost gave silly-goober the advantage towards the end, but silly-goober did trade the miss, and it went towards Zohar. Those misses from silly-goober is just unfortunate, but but fortunately for silly-goober, there is a lot of options that silly-goober can play. Solips is gonna be picked, and this is the hardest LN pick in the pool. A lot of some weird rhythm changes here and there. Shield LNs, some mini jack LNs, and transitioning to coordination LNs just instantly there, here and there, and some bursty LNs just throwing everything at you in this map.
Like with you comment on like the map pool especially, there's like a lot of map he could choose, but he needs to be careful, needs to be very picky about this, because there's not much of a map like in the map pool like left, especially when there's like 3, which is like LN1, LN2, and Hybrid 2.
I mean, yeah, like it still has to be careful because it's not always a guaranteed win. Zohar did win on one of the LN picks, but the thing is that that's the density pick. This one is more of a technical pick, and although Zohar, we did see Zohar was capable of hacking the LNs, so they almost had similar, if I'm not wrong, almost similar ratios in the LN pick and in the density pick, but the miscount from silly-goober just was unfortunate. But from Reblosia, Hybrid 1, we did see a bit of one-sided with these LN coordination parts. So yeah, this is going to be it's gonna be interesting to see these players go through it.
Now, like we have like aside from that, let's try to predict it. Like, what kind of like are the chances of like this is getting being like sent to the advanced like the tiebreaker especially?
I mean, I feel like we could see a tiebreak here, but if the miscount from Zohar has that combo advantage throughout this whole match. It's just that like silly-goober kept missing in some parts, and that's very scary if silly-goober keeps missing. Because if Zohar managed to find a way to build up that combo, which Zohar has been doing throughout this whole map, match, yes, it's. I don't think it's
Oh
gonna be
boy.
happening. Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
oh boy.
Zohar's
This is what.
completely now like suffering huge major damages right there.
We do
Silly,
see some.
a lot of like really high, unfortunate like this is like insane, like nothing like highly expected for a player, especially like when they're playing like an open rank tournament, and silly-goober finds a miss, but he has like such an advantage, high accuracy right there. He's like not letting that slide as he sees like the opportunity in within the key itself to allow that
We,
to be open for the other maps.
I think we do see like the transitioning from laser to stable come into play. Like Zohar is just rushing these island releases a bit too fast. I mean, this already kind of seals it. If this silly-goober just pushes through, I mean, silly-goober needs to completely break in order for something to happen for Zohar. Like 60k score difference. What can we do here?
He's like, especially for how much adrenaline is being like placed into a play itself. I think Zohar's like really panicking which notes to tap, especially as we are witnessing the accuracy like sustain a lot of damages, especially with it.
I mean, now we see like the way that Zohar's releasing these islands. It's not how we do it in stable, which is very unfortunate for Zohar. Also silly-goober FC. What the heck?
Silly-goober has like slight broken something, I think, or like has
Okay.
missed on
Yeah.
something.
Well, this map is just the hardest Allen pick in the pool, and it's too much for the people that are not really well oriented in Allen. And oh, we almost saw 100k score difference. Oh my gosh! I cannot say anything. Like you just have to see it for yourself. And difference of in
Exactly.
terms of
Nothing
yeah.
can be articulated upon witnessing the moment right there. Like we can like there's like a lot of like action behind this. It's like it's so hard like to fit all the words into like one sentence. The best way to say that is like I would have to say like this is absolute cinema actually.
Yeah. And anyways, we do see some technical difficulties with Zohar's end, like with the audio issue. I think we we have to check on Zohar's audio issue before we continue the match. So okay, I got the message that he's okay with Zohar is good with the audio, and I guess we can continue. So yeah.
Now as this is like a really like extremely hypothetical situation there. So if Zohar picks a correct map, he will advance to the semifinals, I think. And
Yeah,
or silly-goober like will take like the 4th point, and this will advance into a tiebreaker. For me, like I think Zohar needs to pick like on something like that, and he's going to pick LN. This is a really
LN
high
won.
gamble pick right there.
Yeah, the only safer option was hybrid, but this, like, I mean, okay, like Zohar was really struggling on those LN releases last pick, and I guess it was more of a gamble. Like they were wondering, ask what LN or hybrid, and I think it seems to be a tiebreaker. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get tiebreaker, but hopefully Zohar just manages to find a way to get a point off silly-goober just with the Allen picks. I'm just wondering why did Zohar did ban Rice 5 if Zohar is really well oriented at Rice, as both players are really good in terms of Rice. Very interesting ban from Zohar now that I think of it after seeing this match so far.
It's now time to
but
lock
this-
in, like, right now with high energy now. We're gonna place like a lot of stuff into this like map, especially. This anything can happen, especially with this map. And so the Goober finds the miss here, but the accuracy is still covering from such damages. Like he's going on full defense. Same with Zohar, finds another miss. Like actually, both teams are really high differential in terms of like rank graphs and in terms of like a performance right there. 97 ACK, like in 98 ACK, this is like really gonna be like an intense, very close call. A lot of things can happen. This is the one, and Zohar finds another mess. Solo Goober, silly-goober's like going all in with that.
We do see these Allen releases coming into play, and yeah, this map is very tricky. You just a lot of really techy Allen patterns. Many just tests how well you click the Allen and release it. And these patterns, these rhythms are not even friendly at all. This map was actually made for players to miss, and although we do see misses from both players, it seems like silly-goober is just gonna run away with the lead, and I think this seals it to a tiebreaker. Once again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see Eagle Seeker once again for the third time in MEM4K 3. Zohar
Welcome
versus
to the
silly-goober.
Middle East 4K, dude. Like, welcome to the Middle East 4K. This is why like this regional tournament is always hosted, because a lot of like dangerous situation can be like looked up upon. Like actually, this is now like seeking a lot of attention to it, especially like in this world nowadays.
Like, this is insane, man. We've seen 3 tiebreakers in this tournament, and I have gotten only 2 hours of sleep, and it is late for me. But I am more. This is my caffeine for the night. Seeing another tiebreaker being played. Everyone have seen this tiebreaker at least more than 2 times so far, and 2 tiebreakers in the same day is really insane. But this one does have a lot at stake, because in the losers bracket.
Boy.
But I think like there's a lot more at stake. Whoever wins this
No,
moves on.
like actually starting on the tie intensity right there. So if they don't got the stamina, they can go out the door right there. This is not a joke to be able to like be thrown upon on this match, especially. We are never going to like to witness something like this, like especially in oh boy. This is like a lot of stuff like going on there. This is like happening a lot of stuff, and like Zohar is now sustaining a lot of accuracy advantage and a lot of like combo advantage coming towards like silly-goober, and he has now holding on the accuracy especially.
We're off at we're this Angel Seeker. This is just hard all over the place. Although I feel like silly-goober will have the upper hand in this map because of how this is mainly purely on how you're doing in hybrids. Although I think in this type of match, it's either who misses the most. So yeah, we do see Zohar did find a bit of drops here and there. silly-goober finding a bit of misses there, but the accuracy difference is just too much. Although we do see Zohar slowly increase
This is
accuracy.
like really going on bar to bars. 5K. Zohar finds another one. And this is like a break section. This is like a 1/6. We are witnessing right there. As 234 BPM, which is like each finger has to like tap more than like above average actually. It's now we're starting to like intense hybrid moment right there in LNs. Everyone's going extremely at each other and silly-goober finds a miss and Zohar's and yet again finds another miss to trade that off. One accuracy difference and silly-goober legit just goes down and Zohar just goes down as well. This is a really small difference but yet a major elimination is coming in a minute right now. 300 combo versus 150 combo. Zohar just goes to 0 and silly-goober just straight up like goes above. As it now like this is now going on a break now.
Yeah, we do see these players were just trading misses back and forth. And although after all that, silly-goober is still maintaining that 98% accuracy. Zohar just has to take advantage of this break section, building up the accuracy, trying to recover from what happened in the first drop. Although this is the break section, the map still gets a bit more techy with these patterns and these bursts, and it just gets more denser from here now on. The lead is just slowly going towards silly-goober, but this map is almost 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 55 seconds. There's anything could happen, and silly-goober did find a miss on this build-up section, on the bridge section, going on to the next hard part of the map, which is going to be potentially, we're going to see a lot of trade misses here. It's just a matter of who hits these nodes and who doesn't. And you see silly-goober miss on these LN transitions. The lead is slowly decreasing towards Zohar, and we see silly-goober miss a lot. Zohar is having the combo advantage in these rise patterns, which Zohar has a really good advantage on. And we're gonna go to the hard part of the map. Here we go. Copy pasting
Oh my
bursts.
god!
Here we go. silly-goober is still missing. Zohar is holding the combo. Zohar needs to just hold that, but the accuracy is just not going there. The accuracy is
We're
not
witnessing
enough.
a lot of peeking and Zohar, both of them is now completely choking and on and on and on and on.
This is not
like-
going well for Zohar.
20K score difference. Anything can happen. Welcome to the storm, and these two people like are not letting anyone like catch off guard. Now we're reached like to a break section with like two players like clashing into each other already in the books, and still they are now like catching our throats. We like reached like the quarter-final break. The field like actually has been cut, like the absolute field, and then the map is gonna start slowly. And Zohar like finds a break, but it's not yet to show off. It's gonna be like very intense, like to see anything above it. Who among them like who will among them like has it what it takes to like to actually survive and like claim absolute victory to advance to the bracket?
What's happening? I think, yeah, okay, so I think there's I think these both players are playing the map with storyboard, because this map has a built-in storyboard, although custom made by a lot. I think just the props to these players though playing this with storyboard. There was no warning with this storyboard, with the map having storyboard. It's fine. Storyboard shouldn't do too much, hopefully.
The quarter-final break's now over. Everyone's now
Yeah,
starting up, going above like the absolute limit. silly-goober finds like a break. They're gonna lock in right now, because not only that, the entire like Aggle Seekers now starting the storm. Like only one like will rise, especially from this match.
And as we're
We are
moving on to
fortunate
the
right
final section of the map, the hardest section of the map, introducing 7 key patterns, one-hand LNs, a lot of transitioning patterns. Who will fight their light and their deliverance? Both players are off. They're all going in here, playing with the storyboard on. Both players are off. Zohar is having the combo advantage, but the combo cap is now over. silly-goober is just taking advantage of those misses from Zohar and the accuracy lead. And players are just off here. The players are, yeah, they're just hitting at these patterns really well, but Zohar is just having the combo advantage. silly-goober did find a miss.
Oh my god, silly-goober is finding like a crucial miss right there. This is like yet again Zohar like highly advantageous. Welcome to the tournament. This is now gonna start to like a lot of drop, and Zohar finds a miss. And this is now the right spot. No one can like anything can happen as the score difference slowly goes to the team red, and then like yet again, what just 1K per second right there, right? Just
I
hold
think,
on. Everyone can make their moments and shine in.
and I think, although this Rise section is slowly coming to an end, the song is also coming to an end here with everything. It seems like silly-goober will be moving on to semifinals, and unfortunately for Zohar, will be eliminated from this tournament. GG, well played to these players. Really insane stuff. On third tiebreaker of this round, and it's just too much. Too much. Like,
That's been like
wow.
high energy like moment right there. GG well to but the both side, especially. My goodness gracious, we didn't like expect like a lot of things, but it has been such a turn. This was like a really good comeback from silly-goober. He was struggling at first, but yet still like thrived in.
Yeah,
Wow.
silly-goober just came back with take advantage of those LN advantage from Zohar, and unfortunately, Zohar couldn't keep up as much as silly-goober can towards these LN picks. Although Zohar was very scary with the Rice pick. I thought Zohar had the Zohar just had that upper hand there, but just when all the Rice picks were gone, it was just a matter of tiebreaker at that point. And yeah, silly-goober will be moving on to semifinals. I guess we can see the bracket on who silly-goober might go against in next week. Insane comeback from silly-goober. Props to silly-goober and Zohar. Just Zohar is just very props to Zohar though. Like, despite coming from laser, playing unstable in a tournament like this on demand is just insane. As the whole gameplay in laser is just different in terms of LN.
This is like has been like a really good match, especially with like everything that's been happening so far with other matches, which has been kind of highly identical towards this. Even though like Zohar has been like a complete being like a immigrant, migrating from laser to stable now,
Oh,
which is like really was like an interesting approach, especially for being like a new to stable. Anything like about it, like there's like boy, there's like a lot of things to say on hand. But
so much things
congrats
happen.
to silly-goober as he advances towards like semifinals. And Drake, do you have anything to say about it?
No, I'm in shock. Like, 3 tiebreakers. We are not sleeping tonight. We are not sleeping.
Dude.
Yeah. Anyways, we are seeing silly-goober. Oh my gosh. All right. So the next, we do see the bracket slowly filling in for semifinals. We will see silly-goober might fight against Yuma or not Ali. These two players are very scary to go against, and we're gonna see Yuma versus not Ali in 4 hours. Hopefully you guys are still awake from there. And yeah, this is an insane match. If you can see it from the recent matches, we had like 3 tiebreakers and very close matches so far. I recommend you guys just watch back the VODs if you haven't watched the past matches, because you might see a sweep from Fire Gamer with normal Radiant, but actually that match was so close throughout the end. So yeah, that's MEM4K 3 in a nutshell now. Anything you want to say, Sadash, before we end the stream?
I would have to say it's been like a quite fun to be there, especially like commentating on this sort of stuff and casting. Thanks for like a good opportunity for it and good chance of it. I think the audience would like to like watch a lot of things, but we will see you guys like in the semifinals. So have a wonderful day, and I guess we'll end things off from there.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Falgasor, for streaming. Thank you, Sadash, for commentating. Thank you, Anna, for refereeing this match. And yeah, I guess we can. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the last match for semifinals. Bye bye.